The fall Wet n Wild came out about, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago at yeah, like 3 weeks ago at the at like Kmart, at Rite Aid, at Harmon's, Majors, the stores. Those stores usually, well, Harmon's and Majors and such get them earlier. If you have a Bed Bath & Beyond that sells Wet n Wild, then they should have it. Unfortunately, mine doesn't. I have two Bed Bath & Beyonds that sell makeup, and none of them sell Wet n Wild. So I have been calling and like checking like once or twice a week, calling like twice a week to see if it came to our Walgreens. I know last year CVS carried the full collection as well. Walgreens did not sell the lipsticks last year, but CVS did, and so did HEB. And so I got a call on Monday that my HEB got them in, and Walgreens still has not gotten them in. I looked at the eyeshadows and I looked at the nail polish and the lipsticks, and quite honestly, last year I did this. I got some stuff and it wound up being dupes. Some nail polishes, it wound up being dupes. Exact dupes, just changed the name. And so this year I opted not to get any lipstick or polishes. All I'm gonna get is the dark purples and the red, deep reds, and I've got like 3 or 4 of those in my Wet n Wild collection, and I decided I'm not doing that. So they came out with a set of brushes. I did find the brushes at Five Below. Five Below sells Wet n Wild, and they sometimes carry the Halloween collections there. And I really, really love the Wet n Wild foundation brush. I think right now it's dirty, so I can't show it to you. But one of the things that I thought was really cool is that they made a brush cleaner wipes, which is awesome because I sometimes don't clean my brushes for like a whole month, maybe even a month and a half. When I see that I'm really low on brushes, I can't use them anymore, I will spend 2 hours after like a month and a half washing and cleaning all of my brushes. And I do reuse like eyeshadow brushes. If I know I'm going to be using that eyeshadow for quite some time, I'll just use that. Foundation brush, after a couple of days, at most a week, needs to be washed. So, you know, sometimes I do reuse my brushes. So it's going to take me a good up to a month and a half sometimes. But, you know, I want to try these out. These are the brush cleaners, and they're like they're wipes, they're cloths, and you can just wipe them, maybe clean them off right then and there, and maybe it won't accumulate, you know, in my basket of brushes. So I didn't get any of the nail polish, any of the lipsticks, although the nail polishes, they look like there was one color I never seen before, and if you're into olive green. They had a really beautiful shimmering olive green color. I'm not into olive green, but you may want to check that out if the display comes to you. Again, of the brushes, I had already purchased the foundation sponge at Five Below because I had finished all my foundation brushes and I needed a new foundation brush. I didn't feel like cleaning my brushes, so I picked it up for $1. Awesome. And so all I got so far is that. As for the eyeshadows, I was really excited about, you know, what's going to be new in their eyeshadows. And I did notice that one of the colors that Nouveau Cheap had on her website look very similar to something from, if not from last fall, I think it came out in last Halloween's collection. And I was like, you know, maybe there's 1 or 2 colors different, maybe it just looks the same, you know, I don't know. And someone else said that one of the other colors in the collection, one of the other palettes, looked like one of the colors from the last year's Halloween collection as well. So when I looked at them on the display, I was disappointed. I said, these do look like it, but you know, sometimes they change it up. Let me get them. And I was disappointed because, yeah, this is like downtown, last year's downtown something or other. I can't remember. Daring Downtown, I think it was called. This is called Don't Be a Poser. Same exact thing. Only difference for some reason is that the other one didn't have an imprint on it and this did. Which is ridiculous because there's no way in the world that there are no highlight colors in that. That's like if you want it used for smoky looks. Then someone had commented that this one looked like the Hot Hollywood, I think. Is that what it was called? No, 24 Karat sure enough, Melrose Place, I put them side by side with last year's exact same thing. I didn't even bother swatching these for you because of the same exact thing from last year. However, these are new, and I did put them side by side with some of the other palettes that look like to me that it might be similar to. And I thought like maybe this had the same colors as their you know, their earth tone palette. Right now escapes me the name, and the Petal Pusher. But no, it's not. Beautiful though. This one looks a lot like Kitten, that color that I used last week. Very, very pretty. Last year's limited edition 5-pan palettes were extremely pigmented because 2014 January they brought out the 5 palettes, no pigmentation whatsoever. I even got Hot Hollywood from the Halloween collection to compare it to the 5-pan palette that they came out with permanent in January of 2014. Same exact colors, but one has no pigmentation, and the Halloween one, the Hot Hollywood, has tremendous amount of pigmentation. These, the pigmentation were not as good, but neither were they as bad. Even their recent, I think it was their summer Fergie limited edition eyeshadow palettes that I showed you, those were really pigmented. These are like in between what they did last 2014, early 2014, and their newer, which I heard that all the new palettes that were put out this year were going to have more pigmentation. So I would say this is in between, still very beautiful, still pigmented, but not as, maybe I would say, as they usually are, but still very nice. I did swatches of these. I'll probably put a link to my when I did swatches last year for Halloween, so you can see the swatches of these, same exact thing. So that kind of disappointed me. It's like, I mean, because even Mary Kay used to do this, and it annoyed the crap out of me. It's like they have the same colors. They tell you limited edition, and you know, you get it, you're all excited, and it's the same exact colors they had before, only a different name. And come on now, you know, that I was very disappointed in that. But, you know, so if you missed some of the Halloween last year, I'd say go for these. If you just need a backup of these colors, go for these. If you're looking for something different, don't bother. Exactly the same. So these would be the palettes to get. Then this is Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and that has like an olive, it's like an olivey green, more warm tone greens with some brown neutral colors, and this is your you know, your plummy purple palette, which is the Gal-lery Next Door. This one is Melrose Face. and I said before, don't be a poser. But this is the same as their 24 karat palette and Daring Downtown palette. Same exact thing. And so, yeah, so that's all I wanted to show you. I got a call from HEB, from the lady in charge, the manager. She said, we just got them in. If you want them, come get them. So, you know, I was, thank God, able to get that, because I was so tired of calling and calling and calling and going to the stores. I got so tired that I forgot to visit 2 stores last week. I'm like, what if they came out? And it kind of bothered me because they did last year. I remember getting the full collection. I was looking at my pictures and my videos. I was able to get it the 2nd week of August. And yet this year, they're saying that most likely it won't be put up until September 1st. So, and I heard some stuff through the grapevine that sometimes they leave stuff in the back and won't put them out until a certain time. Another girl said that now they have expiration dates. A display will be taken down on a certain day, and then that's the day they can put up the new displays. So, you know, just a heads up, just to let you know. Okay, so I think that's it, and I will see you next week. I may do a flower because I saw another picture that inspired me, so I may do a flower picture using Sugar Pill. We'll see. Or I'm gonna go ahead and do a smoky look with this. So, okay, love you all. Mwah.